Hello and welcome to fragworld.org. So we continue our 2011 E3 coverage by heading over to the Bethesda booth and checking out id Software's Rage, coming out October 4th. id Software, of course, invented the first-person shooter with Doom, had some great titles. The Quake series comes to mind. Their booth was pretty cool, as you can see by the pictures here. Had a nice little setup, and we were able to get hands-on with the game. It's got car racing, it's got the first-person shooter elements, and we were able to talk to the lead designer, Matt Hooper, and we have Jaro, our correspondent, with the interview.
Great. So this is Jaro from fragworld.org, and we're here at E3 with, what's your name again?
Matt Hooper.
Matt Hooper is the design lead on Rage. And so why don't you just tell us a little bit about Rage and what gamers can expect from the game that will be coming out?
Yeah, so Rage, and this one of the things we're doing at E3 is we cut out 7 little sections of the game. And the reason we did that is because you can't play just 10 minutes of Rage and know what it is. I mean, one of the things we're proud about is that we have so much diversity throughout the game. You know, people that know id Software, know Doom, Quake, and those franchises know we invented first-person shooters. So at its core, we still have, you know, that the fundamentals of a shooter are there. But now with the new fiction that Rage and the new technology, we've got all these other elements. Like we have an economy where you can manipulate how you play this shooter. We have vehicles, vehicle combat. We have quick use items. We have different weapons and ammo type. There's a lot there to offer.
Great, great. So how is Rage sort of reinventing the FPS world, or how is it bringing it back to sort of the roots of with Quake and everything like that?
Yeah, so again, you know, we have that core shooter mechanic, but now with the new fiction, new technology, we're allowed to do the things we've always wanted to do. So a lot of people, they might have experienced like an offhand grenade, right? You hit a button and you're throwing a grenade while you're still firing. We have a whole suite of quick use items, and we call them quick use because they're really accessible. We don't want to break what we do, which is an action, fast-paced shooter with the nice feedback and things you get. So we have things like the wing stick. You can craft these, or you can buy them, or you can find them around the world. And one button, you're throwing out this little boomerang-like device that goes and chops off a head and comes back to you. But there's also things like turrets, little deployable turrets or deployable sentry bots that fight alongside of you. You can build and create these things anywhere in the world. So what we do, as developers, we just teach the player how to use these things, but then it's up to you when and where to use them throughout. So we have all that added stuff, and then we also have vehicles with cool weapons. It still follows that kind of shooter mentality, but it's something that you haven't seen quite this mix before.
Something a little more refreshing and new to the genre, and something that we haven't really seen in some of the modern FPSs. That's really cool. Now, one of the things that you mentioned, it really catches my attention, which is the crafting and this sort of free expression of gaming and free expression of combat. So could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, and the way this works is we wanted to keep it, again, easy and accessible. You get the plans to build these items, right? Once you have the plans, all you have to have is the parts. You can buy them or find them around the world, or maybe you know which Bandit clans has which parts. But if you have the plans and the parts, you can build and use them anywhere you want. We don't put a restriction. Again, we just teach you how to use them. So, and again, you have everything from wing sticks to cool different grenade types to, turrets if you're a defensive player, to little sentry bots that go along and fight alongside of you. And we even have craftable some ammo types. So the crossbow, for instance, has 4 different ammo types. One of them is a mine snare. You get a couple of ingredients, build these things. Now you can take control of an enemy. So we just, all throughout development, we keep trying these new things. And when we think it feels right to us, we put it in the game and get it out there.
Great, great. So one last question for you is, why should a PC gamer or just any FPS gamer, really big fan of the genre, pick up Rage, and why would they have a really fun time with this game?
I think it all boils down to me is diversity. You're not going to be playing the same game for however many hours. You're going to be doing what we like to say, internally is we want the player to get something new around every corner. So you'll be running into a new enemy type, and then we'll give you a cool new toy to use to fight those guys. We don't reinvent the rules. You're still playing the same game, but we do keep it fresh throughout the whole development, and that includes story. So it's all about diversity and Rage.
Great, great. Thank you so much. And is there anything else that you'd like to say about Rage?
No, I think maybe the final thing is it's going to be out October 4th this year.
Great. So this is Matt Hooper coming to you from E3 at Rage. Thanks a lot.
If you're interested in hearing more about Rage, just head over to the official site or to our site at rage.fragworld.org. And to find out about all the other games at E3, just head on over to e3.fragworld.org. Thanks for listening, everybody, and take care.